Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Dives, Mr. Crockpot on Twitter. Today, we're breaking down my top 5 edge rushers for the 2023 NFL Draft. Guys, if you love the NFL Draft or if you love the Eagles, give this video a like. Please be sure to subscribe. Let's go. Alright, before we get into my top 5, I've got 4 honorable mentions, leading off with Baldonado out of Pittsburgh. Baldonado has plus size at 6'5", 260 pounds, and had a breakout campaign in 2021, including topping the ACC with 48 total pressures and 23 quarterback hurries. This is a guy who seemingly has a knack for always being around the football. On the negative side, he's still very raw. Baldonado has to improve his play strength and his overall development as a pass rusher. The good news is he has the frame to continue adding strength. I've got a day 2 grade on Baldonado. Let's look at some clips.
Nothing on first down, it's a loss.
Baldonado, right side of your screen, boom, they're in a hurry.
Watch how his eyes kind of go down. Of course, you can't really see him, but you can tell he is not comfortable with what he thinks the...
It's going to be an adjustment from the linebackers.
Pressure coming, they got him!
The issue, he's so talented, has such a big arm, but sometimes the decision making can be, a little bit inconsistent. And the other thing is, at the top of his...
The top of things you guys later. 2nd and 10, Hartman trying to get this offense moving, sacked back at the 50. Baldonado.
My next honorable mention goes to Andre Carter out of Army. Carter has all the tools and traits to possibly become the highest NFL draft selection from a service academy during the Super Bowl era. You have to go all the way back to 1998 when Mike Wally was chosen by the Green Bay Packers with the first pick in the 2nd round. At 6'7" and 260 pounds, Andre Carter has eye-popping length and a solid amount of explosiveness, twitch, and flexibility. Of course, the conversation about Carter from last year begins with the competition level, which wasn't exactly the greatest. However, Andre Carter led the nation in pass rush win rate at 37.7%. Even better, his performances against Power 5 opponents last year still impressed, notching a 29.7 win rate in those contests, which over a season would have been better than everyone but Aiden Hutchinson at the Power 5 level last year. I've got a day 2 grade on Andre Carter with upside to be in that round 1. Let's watch some highlights.
Sack fumble picked up by Army.
Tips the football beautifully into the hands of Cameron Jones.
The front side and just taking him down.
My next honorable mention is Derek Hall out of Auburn. Hall had a breakout season in 2021, recording 9 sacks, 13 tackles for loss, and 2 forced fumbles in his first season as a full-time starter. He's got a solidly built frame with very good play strength and closing speed to create havoc in the backfield. This is an explosive athlete off the line of scrimmage who is relentless in pursuit and has no problem tracking down running backs in the backfield or across the field. He's got excellent straight line speed, which makes him dangerous as an outside pass rusher. However, a huge area for growth with him is building upon that pass rushing moveset so that he's not just relying on his speed. Right now, I've got a rounds 1 through 2 grade on Derek Hall. Let's watch some clips.
2nd down and 10 at the 48. Brian Robinson, no gain.
Auburn still playing man-to-man.
Pressure, got him again. Blitz coming. Brian Robinson again. Loss again. Swarming. Young dropped the ball, and he is dropped at the 45. Auburn takes over. Empty backfield. 3rd down and goal. That's Leary coming To the near side, they threw a touchdown on this last week. And now Young goes down again. Derek Hall again.
My last honorable mention here is Nolan Smith out of Georgia. While Nolan Smith may be one of the smaller edge rushers in the class at 6'3" and 235 pounds, he's best against the run and he has excellent burst and get up off the line. He makes up for his height issues with great technique. This was the #1 overall recruit in the 2019 class, who is an elite athlete. He reportedly ran a 4.51 40-yard dash, a 4.15 shuttle time, and had nearly a 40-inch vertical out of high school. He's also just as explosive laterally. He has exceptional lateral mobility and short area agility. He was a little overshadowed by all the great talent on Georgia's defense last year, and this season is going to be huge for him to live up to that #1 recruit billing. Smith needs to quite simply improve as a pass rusher and refine his pass rushing ability. He needs to improve his hand usage and expand his pass rushing arsenal. Smith doesn't have a full set of moves and counters to employ consistently, but if he does, this guy has first-round pick written all over him in that 23 draft. As of right now, I've got a rounds 1 through 2 grade on Nolan Smith. Let's watch some highlights. Alright, now we finally get to my top 5 edge rushers, leading off with Isaiah Foskey out of Notre Dame. Isaiah Foskey is all about upside, upside, and upside. He led Notre Dame in sacks and tackles for loss this past season and considered entering the NFL draft this past spring, but saw himself likely being around a day 2 selection. The Fighting Irish edge rusher has plus size and length at 6'5" and 260 pounds. For someone his size, he plays with surprisingly great speed and explosiveness, especially when he's in open space. Foskey's combination of length, size, burst, and speed are the main sellers here. He's got very good snap anticipation and timing to consistently dominate offensive linemen off the edge. Foskey needs to improve his bend and he needs to continue refining himself as a pass rusher. When you watch tape, this guy primarily tries to out-athlete his opponents, which clearly won't work at the next level. With a little more polish and a little more refinery, this guy could be one to watch come draft night. With a solid 2022 campaign, I think Isaiah Foskey has upside in the top 20 of the 2023 class. Right now, I've got a rounds 1 through 2 grade on Isaiah Foskey. Let's watch some clips.
They have been the better team here today. Ritter in trouble. Foskey has a fumble. That's a live ball. Drew White's on it for the Irish. He's going to scoop and try to score. He's got 2 blockers. White taken down at the... Need to come up with a bunch here to stay alive. Notre Dame blitzes. Foskey chases. Sacks Slovis, who loses the football. This is 2nd and 10. Bradley trying to escape, and he's brought down. Isaiah Foskey, 2 sacks last week.
So he might be looking to bracket. I'm sure they're going to try to double Josh Downs.
From the 11, pressure, and Howell is sacked. Foskey with the penetration, along with...
Coming in number 4 in my rankings is Felix Anudike-Uzoma out of Kansas State. This guy was a menace on defense last year, amassing 11 sacks, 14.5 tackles for loss, and 6 forced fumbles in a dominant campaign. Per PFF, he had the most defensive stops in the season for a Big 12 edge rusher since 2014, with 36. Anudike-Uzoma has some pass rush moves, but this is an area that needs to grow. He's got explosive athleticism, and he's improving every game with his hand usage. He's 6'4" and 255 pounds and looks the part. His long arms allow him to swallow up rushers coming to his direction, but they also allow him to control blocks against offensive tackles. This guy flashes strength at the point of attack, and he's got active and violent hands. He's tough, competitive, and versatile across the defensive line. Right now, I've got a rounds 1 through 2 grade on Felix Anudike-Uzoma. Let's watch some highlights. in number 3 in my rankings is BJ Ojulari out of LSU. Ojulari is on the smaller end for an edge rusher at 6'3" and 244 pounds. He has good quickness and flexibility. This is an explosive athlete with good burst off the snap. He has great closing speed and short area quickness, which really shines with his tackling ability. Ojulari only missed 4.5% of his tackles last year, and over his final 5 games in 2021, BJ Ojulari led the SEC in pressure rate. His overall play strength can improve, and he generally wins with his plus speed and quickness at the college level. In run defense, Ojulari can get overwhelmed, and he at times doesn't take the best angles to the football. He also dropped back into coverage only 30 times last season. But when he did, he does look fluid and he did look athletic. This guy is all about potential because he's had some big time flashes. There are moments where he looks like he's the best pass rusher in the country. Then there's segments where he's completely missing. But this guy is all about speed, and if he's able to convert that speed into power, he could be a big time player to watch this coming season. BJ is a big piece of what should become one of the best defensive lines in 2022 for LSU, and he has all the traits to dominate and is a difference maker up front for the Tigers. Right now, I've got a first round grade on BJ Ojulari. Let's watch some highlights. Coming in number 2 in my rankings is Myles Murphy out of Clemson. When it comes to projecting Myles Murphy at the next level, just scratching the surface are the first 4 words that come to mind. At 6'5" and 275 pounds, Murphy has plus size for a defensive end with the potential to add more muscle and even get some snaps on the inside. This is a toolsy prospect who brings good athleticism and juice off the line. Murphy does most of his winning with his raw power and strength. He's got near elite acceleration capacity for his size, and he had a strong sophomore season in 2021, leading Clemson in sacks and tackles for loss. This is an edge rusher that is well balanced. According to PFF, Myles Murphy is the highest graded Power 5 edge rusher against the run since 2019. His grade of 92.2 in that area is better than Aiden Hutchinson and Alabama's Will Anderson. Murphy can improve his handwork as well and not become too overly reliant on his bull rush in the 2022 season. Right now, I've got a top 20 grade on Myles Murphy. Let's watch some highlights.
Here's a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Gets caught behind the line. And now it's going to be second down and a mile. Myles Murphy.
Excellent job protecting the quarterback. And another handoff once again. It'll be Garrow with the carry, but nothing there. 3 Tigers. Rossell. Here comes the pressure. He cannot get free. He goes down. He's sacked on the play.
Motion into the backfield where he sets. Takes the handoff. Little counter. Nothing doing. Blown up.
Zergiotis, the quarterback, after the pick. Tigers flush him out, and they'll sack him back behind the midfield line. First guy there was Myles Murphy.
All right, coming in number 1 in my edge rusher rankings is, no surprise, Will Anderson out of Alabama. The 6'4" and 243-pound Will Anderson is just a freak across the board. He had 34-inch arms in high school, and he's only gotten bigger. His wingspan allows him to get in on nearly every play run to his side of the field. Notching 102 tackles in 2021 as an edge defender is just a testament to how dangerous this guy is coming off the edge. He also had an insane 34.5 tackles for loss last year. What makes Will Anderson elite is his burst off the line of scrimmage. This is a twitch athlete that can change directions at the drop of a hat. Not only is Anderson explosive vertically, but he's also extremely explosive laterally. He has a terrific blend of raw strength and bend. For weaknesses, Will Anderson's frame is a little bit lighter than average, and he should look to gain some muscle at the next level. Will Anderson's ceiling, though, is outrageous, and if he had entered the 2022 class, he might have been the number 1 pick. His combination of speed, power, length, burst, and football intelligence make him not only a potential number 1 pick, but one of the biggest sure things in the 2023 class. Right now, I've got a top 5 grade on Will Anderson. Let's watch some highlights.
And boom, flying into the backfield is Will Anderson.
3rd and 2 more plays if they need him. Here comes Will Anderson storming around the corner. Down goes Bennett.
Got him. Had a corner blitz on that time.
Finley's first throw. Maybe. Nope. Will Anderson there. Close to a safety.
2nd down and 12. Blitz coming. Corral going down. Will Anderson.
Johnson is hammered, and that's that man Anderson.
So those are my top 5 edge rushers in the 2023 NFL Draft. Do you guys agree or disagree? Please let me know down in that comment section below. Like this video if you love the NFL Draft. And be sure to check out my quarterback rankings that I dropped last week. Up next, we've got my top 5 cornerbacks in the 23 class. It's going to be awesome. Thank you everybody for watching. Follow me on Twitter at Mr. Crockpot. Stay awesome, everybody.